Is Zach LaVine still a trade option, and how would he fit with Cade? See, I like Zach LaVine. He's uberly talented player, but he doesn't play much defense. I think offensively he can work with Cade because Cade does not mind giving the ball up at all. If you're open, he's going to find you, right? I don't think Cade would even mind deferring to a guy like Zach LaVine on the offensive end as far as scoring goes, right? But I still think Cade will absolutely definitively be the leader of this team. But I just worry about the defense. And if you do that, what does that mean for a guy like Jaden Ivey's group, who just got back into the starting lineup? And that's what I mean, guys. It may just take us time. I'm not saying we should be 2-14. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm not saying that. I'm thinking long term though. We haven't even seen 20 games of Cade and Ivey in the backcourt. You know what I'm saying? We got to give that time. It makes it harder to give them time because of how bad we're playing right now. We just want to see a winning product. We just want to see 500 basketball for goodness sake at this point, right? But it's just bad timing for us to have this losing streak when we have such a young team that hasn't played together yet. We got to give it time. We don't know who is what yet. We're not a veteran team, but we know all of our guys have maxed out, right? You think about, okay, I'll give you an example. 2004, 2014, they were not the favorite to win the championship or even come out of the East before they got Rasheed Wallace, right? Mehmet Okur was our center. Good young player, very good young player. And Ben Wallace, along with Tayshaun and Richard Hamilton and Chauncey Billups. Those guys were in their primes. Chauncey was in his prime. Rip was in his prime. Tayshaun was coming into his prime. Ben was right in his prime. So it wasn't as if an offseason was going to help these guys get to another level. We knew who those guys were going to be. And Joe Dumars saw at the time that we weren't going to be able to make that jump. Because the previous year, we had just gotten swept by the New Jersey Nets, right? And even when we got Rasheed, it still took us 7 games to beat them the following year, right? So this isn't a team to where we know we have yet. To even know if we don't know what we need yet because we don't know what we have yet, right? You can't know what you need if you don't know what you have. And it's going to take us time to know what we have in order for us to see what we need down the road. If we get a superstar now and throw $40 million at him, what if in 2 years Cade is a superstar and Jaden Ivey's an all-star and Nassar is an all-star and Duren is an all-star? How you gonna pay those guys? Right? How you gonna pay those guys? Now you gotta let one of those guys go, and now you gotta work on team chemistry again because you gotta bring somebody else in to fill that role. So this is why we need to play the long game and just see what we have first. And that's why I think this is a development season. And whatever, regardless of what happens with this season, it's not a total loss. Because after this season, we'll have a bigger idea of what we need to do after the season. Think about what we talked about earlier with the 2003 team or 2014, right? Because we got Rasheed the season we won the championship. So that means we had to already be good, pretty good. Not able to get over the hump, but pretty good. We're not there yet. We have the worst record in the league. A lot of it, guys, what we're going through right now is just impatience. What is the goal? We won 3 championships. Right? That's more than 80-90% of the league in the history, right? So we can't just make moves now to get the guy when we're the worst team in the league. What do you realistically think we are? 3, 4, 5 years out from contention? 5 years out from finals to contention? Let's say 4. Let's say 4. Let's say we're 4 years away from being in championship contention. If we go get our Rasheed Wallace guy now, his contract is going to be up. And what if at that time, Nassar is balling, needs a contract. Cade is looking for a contract. Ivey's looking for a contract. What are you going to do? The time is just not right yet. We have to be patient and wait to see what we have before we go and get that guy. Our aspirations are not just to get to the playoffs. We're trying to win championships. So getting the guy doesn't make sense yet. We have to show that we can at least win. And then we get the guy to get us over the hump.
Destination restoration. Harder than MTV and Y2K. You don't wanna see buffed up Y2K. Breaking records set by Michael J. Bringing glory days back to the future, Michael J. He's way ahead of his time, he's got a plan, yeah. Led off by none other than his brother Cannon. And this is more than a game, it's a passion. While they sleep, we working, cause of our action. Jade and I be on the way, get that Puerto rock. Electrifying through the air, a Detroit shot. And it doesn't really matter if you love him, like him, hate him. That boy is poison.